The man was called Arthur. Arthur was excited. He had a new apartment. It was big and bright. The walls were white, the floors were wood. He liked it very much.
This place is perfect!
Arthur put his clothes away. He put his books on a shelf. He made his new apartment feel like home. Arthur went downstairs. He wanted to thank the receptionist. Her name was Mrs. Hemmings. She had grey hair and a kind smile.
Thank you for everything.
You're welcome. Oh, and one more thing. There's a door at the end of the hall. A door with no number. Don't go near it. S1. Media. Person warning someone. Hand gesturing. Stop. Concerned facial expression. Yes?
Arthur went back to his apartment, the weight of the day's events pressing heavily on his mind. He couldn't stop thinking about the door he had seen earlier. It was a door unlike any other in the building, a door with no number. Why was it there? What could it possibly be hiding? The questions swirled in his mind. He tried to forget about it. He watched TV, flipping through channels without really seeing anything. He read a book, but the words seemed to blur together. Nothing could distract him from the mystery of that door. Finally, Arthur couldn't take it anymore. The curiosity was too much to bear. He had to see for himself what lay behind that door.
I need to know what's behind that door. It's driving me crazy.
He walked down the hall, each step echoing in the silence. The dim lighting cast eerie shadows on the walls, heightening his sense of anticipation. He stood in front of the door, his heart pounding in his chest. The air seemed to thicken around him as he reached out a trembling hand. He looked through the keyhole, his breath catching in his throat. What he saw on the other side would change everything. It was dark inside. Arthur couldn't see much. The room was filled with an eerie silence, broken only by the occasional creak of the old wooden floorboards. Shadows danced on the walls, creating an unsettling atmosphere that made Arthur's skin crawl.
I thought I saw a shape, a tall shape. Was it a person? My mind raced with possibilities, each more terrifying than the last. The figure seemed to move, or was it just my imagination playing tricks on me?
Arthur stepped back from the door. His instincts told him to run, but his curiosity kept him rooted to the spot. The door seemed to hold secrets, dark and foreboding, that beckoned him to uncover them. His heart was beating fast. He felt scared. Each thump echoed in his ears, a constant reminder of the fear gripping his soul. He could feel the cold sweat trickling down his back.
I went back to my apartment. The familiar surroundings offered little comfort. The shadows seemed to follow me, lurking in every corner, waiting for the right moment to pounce. I tried to forget what I saw, but I couldn't. The image of the tall shape haunted my thoughts, invading my dreams and turning them into nightmares. I felt a growing unease that I couldn't shake off. The shape in the darkness. It stayed with me. It was as if it had imprinted itself on my mind, a constant reminder of the unknown lurking in the shadows. I had to look again. The urge to confront my fear was overwhelming. I needed to know if the shape was real or just a figment of my imagination. My hand trembled as I reached for the door, ready to face whatever lay beyond.
The next day, Arthur went back to the door. He knew he shouldn't, but he had to see.
I looked through the keyhole again.
This time he saw something else. Something red. It was like a light, a faint red light. It flickered in the darkness.
I felt a chill run down my spine. What was that light? I had to know.
Arthur ran back to the lobby. He found Mrs. Hemmings, the elderly caretaker who had been there for decades. She was the keeper of many secrets, and Arthur knew she held the answers he sought.
The door. The one that had always been locked, shrouded in mystery and whispers. It was said to be the gateway to the unknown. The door with no number. What's inside? Arthur's heart raced as he approached it, the air thick with anticipation and fear.
A long time ago, a couple lived in that apartment. They were reclusive, rarely seen by the other tenants. Their presence was felt more than seen.
They had pale skin and black hair. Their appearance was striking, almost otherworldly, and it left an indelible mark on those who glimpsed them. And their eyes were red, like fire. It was said that their gaze could pierce through the soul, revealing hidden truths and deep fears.
They say their souls still linger there. The apartment had become a place of legend, a haunted relic of the past.
Arthur felt cold. He knew then. The stories were true, and he was standing on the threshold of a dark secret. He had seen the red in their eyes, the same red that now stared back at him from the shadows, confirming his deepest fears.